All right, now welcome back. Now time for us to meet our Kajat guest inside the house. In that person will be say now distinguished, or you will say distinguished figure for inside engineering, environmentalism, and currently he is serve as the special advisor on environment to the governor of Lagos State. Join us, welcome Engineer Rotimi Akodu into the house. Good morning, to you.
Thank you so much. Our blessed with us.
How you doing?
We greet you.
Having me on the program.
Happy to have you here.
We appreciate you say you join us this morning because we need to talk about certain things, certain changes that we see for inside the Obodo Lagos. Now, talking about the demolition, we don't see a lot of complaints online saying adequate time they not give before the demolition take place. Some people will come outside and say, oh, now just 1 week. Some will come outside and say, now just 2 week notice now they actually give us. We just want to clarify, really, will I actually give adequate notice before this demolition start to take place?
Thank you so much for having me once more. It's not possible to just move into people's properties, you understand, and bringing it down without adequate notices. Right. And it's not just about the notices. People were actually engaged one-on-one physically. They come to the office, we discuss these things over. Many of them in the office, you see them begging, pleading, you understand, for more time. It is when they see that finally we have to do what we got to do, that's when they start saying no notice. Because they come from the angle that, well, it's all talks, no action. But it is now people are beginning to take us serious, take government serious, as they're saying, you know, the real things being done so that we can just move on. So we had several meetings.
For how many months or weeks?
It depends on if you mention any particular property or area, we can tell you how long we've been engaging.
Like the Maryland.
Maryland has been on since 2021. Okay. Before I even got to office, we have all the records of conversation. And when we came in, we have had meetings with them not less than 4 or 5 times. You understand? There's one that is circulating now. Yeah. You see it, on the social media, where the representative, the House of Assembly, was, had to come at some point. We've been holding the meetings with them, discussing with them. So at some point, they had to bring in the House of Assembly member representing that, constituency, so that maybe if we see him in a meeting with us, we can give more consideration. And after showing the video, you understand, the drone view of what that place is and the extent of contraventions, my honorable brother too agreed that we just have to do what we need to do. However, it was pleaded that we should, rather than taking the whole width that we needed for that drainage channel, that it was pleading that we should bring it a bit, reduce it so that more houses will be saved, which is what happened at the end of the day, because Mr. Governor himself even gave more consideration than that.
Okay, so I have a question. I got a particular question where I would like to ask. A lot of people, citizens, and people within inside the real estate food chain, whether developers, investors, all of that, when they talk, say, the demolitions not really be new thing, actually not just in Lagos, across the Federation, not be saying a new thing, but if we don't get a huge occurrences when you check the stats in the last 6 months or so. So many, the numbers don't increase well. Many people they talk say, this are our government people. Be like say then they take stance of say every time, now only reactive, then they always do. In the first place, if builders, if developers, they contravene, they know they abide by building regulations, they know tick all the boxes before they actually build. Investors know do all their due diligence before they actually invest. Okay, fine. But why it be say now after? People don't build for years. Some people, now their pension money, retirement money, now they gather. Property where they don't build like 20, 30 years ago. Okay. Now, all of a sudden now, don't be like say government wake up, talk, say, you don't contravene, you don't do the right thing, we go demolish your property. Say why government no dey proactive in terms of cross-checking and checkmating from foundational level. So after all, we get agencies where they in charge of say go around and check, like SEPA and the rest. Check wetin dey happen. Any building from foundation where you not supposed to build, na cannot be this. Stop work, seal the construction site. Why then they wait until money don't they pumped in? Gullible investors don't invest. Developers go take off. Then you can say, you want to. Are there not other ways to even, for instance, tackle this issue of contraventions? Is it demolition that is the final solution to something where consign person don't do the wrong thing? Because many engineers, when they come and talk, say there are some, if na say now on top canal, there's some underpipe methodology where they feel do to forestall the whole issue of demolition. So what is your take, sir? Is the government mostly reactionary, or then they proactive with this whole thing where we they see so?
Thank you, Kisha. Well, let me take it one after the other. You made mention of demolition, and the Minister of Environment will continue to correct people. Okay. We are not demolishing. We only remove. And you may want to wonder what's the difference, removing and demolition. It's totally different. Now, I'll tell you why. Ministry of Physical Planning, they are saddled with, testing the integrity of buildings. If it's not fit, they bring it down, they demolish. If you build in places that you're not supposed to build, generally, they can bring it down, totally. But in the environment, our interest is not, we're not looking at the strength or the stamina of that building. No. If it passes all the tests, you understand, integrity test, what we are interested in is having a clear right of way for the waters to flow back to the water bodies. So if you have a building that has 10 rooms, if out of those 10 rooms now, if only 3 stretches on top of the canal, the channel, and 7 are out of it, we're only going to remove 3. We're not bringing the whole building down. We only remove those 3 rooms that has encroached on top of that drainage, we call it right of way, drainage right of way. So if you come on that right of way, what we only do is to remove that part and safely, and ensure that the other ones you can use it. We're not bringing the whole building down. Okay. And it's not about building. Whatever that is going to cause some hindrances or encumber the flow of water, we will make sure that we remove it to have the waters flowing. Right. Now, secondly, you are talking about government not being proactive. Well, I don't want to agree to that. And why do I say that? Look at all these properties in question, all the structures, all the buildings. Go and check. Immediately they start doing something there, you find one government official or the other coming to stop them, giving them notices. Don't do it. But most of the time, what do we get? Because there has not been enforcement at this level, people just ignore it. And when you see the red mark, they even go on their own and paint it off. Sometimes that mark hardly gets, faded. They will break that place and re-plaster it so that nobody sees it. But it's already documented. It's there in the record that you have been served. And this is why all the houses in question, none of them will come and say they've not seen notice. They have received notices of contravention from time to time. They do serve them. Now, what is making it look like it's new is because it's high time we enforced. We have to go out and do the enforcement. And why do we have to do so? I'll tell you. Firstly, tell me when is right. Like you have a poison, a bottle or a poison bottle in your shelf. And because it has been there for long, you now choose to pull it out or to remove it. Someone say, leave it. Let it be there. It's been there all along. When is it late? When do you think it's late to remove a poison? A bottle of poison from your kitchen. It's never late. That's one. Secondly, there has been postulation and prediction by NISHA, you know, Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, that part of, you know, Lagos is a coastal state, and you have some coastal states that are not low-lying in topography. They are fortunate. They are just coastal, but they are not low-lying. But Lagos is coastal and also low-lying. So we have, and there's a way we brand it in Lagos, state of aquatic splendor. You understand? Now, we don't want our plus to now turn to minus, because global warming is real. You have prolonged weather conditions. If it's heat, prolonged. If it's flood, prolonged. This is what they meant by effects of global warming. And now, our aquatic splendor is not by our own design, but by nature. If we don't manage it well, it becomes our own undoing. It becomes monstrous for us. So we have to make sure that we handle the water issues well. NISHA predicted that by 2050, Lagos, you know, Lagos State on its own is many islands, strings of islands, joined to mainland by bridges. But these are actually islands connected together. That these islands will go underwater next 50 years. So if there's something, like you have a boat and you see leakages and water keeps coming in, and rather than bailing it out, someone said, you know, the water has been coming in since, now leave it. You want the boat to get sunk immediately? So we have to make sure that we start bailing out that water and find solution to where that leakage is. So what Ministry of Environment is doing now is bailing out those water by creating those right-of-ways so that water could easily go back to where they ought to be. And it's for the good of yourself, ourselves, myself, and everyone. That's what we meant by greater good of all. So if it will mean some people, you know, hearing persons having to pay for the contraventions they committed, for you and I to just be okay in the long run. So I don't think we're coming late. It's just we just ramped up our enforcement, and that is what is causing the brouhaha in the town.
Okay, so some of the occupants, like some people talk, say, then just move into such apartments, and then this thing just happened. I say some people never even reach 1 month there before this thing happened. Waiting be the options where government gets for people where they affected. 1, 2. Waiting government they do to make sure say this removal, as a column, no happen in future. Because whether we like them or not, tomorrow we'll go see here, say, somebody built for canal. Waiting government they do to make sure, say, okay, next time, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, this same thing no affects people. Because whether you like them or not, those people where they affected, they be Nigerians, and somehow, they need to survive too. So
thank you.
Maybe to just add to that, especially with the advent of technology, you get any platform online where people actually just go to see land where we say they're on top of canal?
Thank you.
The canal channels.
Thank you. These informations are ready. All the information you're seeking, they are readily available if you approach or knock on the right doors. And what are the right doors? These things are there. And now, thank God that Lagos State is now going digital. That even from the tap of on your device, you can get information.
Right
lands are, if you go to lands now, they've done that, and they have their, you know, links and everything that you need to get information. You can actually process your documents now without physically going to lands. That has been launched. And most of these things are lands related. So what the system is doing, which we have done, and we are trying to reactivate and to connect the public with it more, is the integration of the various departments, ministries, and agencies, what you stand to represent. So at the click of a button, if you are contravening one, you will know. How many people get to visit your general's office seeking information? All people just do is they manage to do their trade, and when they make small money, see small land, I can become a landlord.
Just go with an agent.
And they start, little by little, to start putting something structure there, little by little. If government come there to warn them, they will not listen. But now, what we have is, before you can even build anywhere near canal, you must get something called drainage permit. Once there's canal around that, you must get drainage permit. And in getting drainage permit, our people will have to come there, assess the whole situation, see how far you are from the drainage, because these drainages come in different types and sizes, and the size of a drain will inform the size or the width of the total width, which is we call ROW, right of way. If you have drain that is 10 meters, for example, then you have setback, because the setback are meant to service those canals, you understand? So they look at the total right of way, the width, and they let you know if you are going to part with part of your land, or if the entire land being sold to you is immersed in the right of way or a certain portion. They will let you know, and you'll get a clearance before you can progress.
We not say housing did it very difficult for inside Lagos State where we did like this, and some few weeks back we say una team go break demolish those houses where they under the bridge.
Remove.
Oh, okay.
You remove those people where they
No,
under
that
the bridge.
one is not removed. That one we actually demolished it.
Yeah.
Oh, so but any way they hurt people to stay under the bridge?
So many ways.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wish that we should actually keep you, but I know once we I talk and say once we start, time not be our friend. But thank you so much. With the little way you don't actually share today, it's very strong, to be honest. Thank you so much, Engineer Rotimi Akodu, will be serve as special advisor on the environment to the governor of Lagos State. We truly, truly appreciate you. Any final words to people when they watch us now?
Well, it's a new dawn in Lagos.
Yeah.
Be careful. Inquire before you make those steps, so that you don't land in the wrong place.